So if you followed along on my journey, then you'll know that I practice yoga regularly. It's something I'm super passionate about. And in this video, I want to talk about my experience with becoming a yoga teacher, which is a journey that is still ongoing because of particular setbacks that I've faced throughout the last year. And I really want to share this in the hopes that it can help you if you've ever felt as if you failed at something or there was an obstacle in your way that you didn't foresee. And I guess just wanting to share this message of optimism and hope and encouragement that you can do whatever you set your mind to, and even though there may be delays, it's all working out for the better. So last September I started my teacher training for yoga, so this was an 8-month program, and after about 3 months of doing the training, I kind of fell behind. So during those 3 months I had moved cities, and so I was no longer attending the training sessions in person. I had to switch groups as well, so I had to switch to the class that was online. So there was a whole new group of people, and I didn't know them. I didn't necessarily reach out to them. They didn't reach out to me because my case was so unique in the sense that I went from the in-person group to the online group, so it was just something that didn't really happen. And so I didn't have a community or people who I felt I could reach out to during the training, and so I felt very isolated, and I kind of felt like I was doing this on my own. And at this time I was also filming a lot on YouTube and really trying to grow that, and so I guess it just kind of fell on the back burner. So I did not complete my training in those 8 months, unfortunately, and now I am restarting it, doing it with a whole new group, and I have so many mixed emotions about this that have been evolving as well, because I did the first training session yesterday and it went really well, but I was dreading it and I was very scared to show up and have those feelings of disappointment and as if I'd failed, or all of that. And I even had to confess to my close family that I had not completed it, which was really hard for me because that wasn't something that I shared. I just felt like I let people down around me, including myself, probably mostly myself. And there was also this feeling of I had this timeline set for myself, I had this plan, and I wanted to be teaching already by this time, but that's not what ended up happening, and it was so frustrating, and it really made me want to quit altogether and not even give it another shot. And I will say it brought up feelings of imposter syndrome as well, just thinking like there's no way that I'll get through it this time, like I'll fail again, blah blah blah, and just feeling a little bit, I guess, triggered by being back in the classroom with a new group and feeling like, wow, I just am thinking back to not having completed this successfully last time. So there is a positive, kind of update to this. Like I said, I did my first training session, and during that session I found out that 2 other people were redoing it, so that made me feel like I wasn't alone. And I think it's really helped me, like showing up and really speaking to people and feeling like I was a part of something, and knowing that I'm going to go through with this and there won't be any, as far as I know, changes that make it that really I will fall off track. It just made me feel proud of myself, and it made me feel hopeful for the future. And I really love recording this kind of stuff and kind of like these journal entries that I do, because I love to look back at these moments on my life and just see this past self and like really like hug her and give her love and understanding, because when you're in a certain situation, engulfed in all of the emotions of a particular scenario, of particular circumstances, it feels like you're never gonna get out, and it feels like an all-consuming thing. But it doesn't have to be that way, and it's important to remember that this is temporary, that any kind of conditioned state, feeling is temporary, and that you are capable of getting yourself out of situations that are unfavorable. It might take a little bit of work, it might take a little bit of time, and it probably will take you putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, but it's a growing learning curve. It's an experience for you to know yourself better and to do better, and it's important to keep the faith, because you are so much more capable than you even think, you know? And it's natural for doubts to creep in. This was another thing that, you know, the instructor had mentioned in my training session. I actually want to pull up a page here. And she said, so she was talking about doubt, and she said that doubt is actually a good thing. It can be a good thing, and it's important, because doubt makes us question our beliefs. So it's a good sign, because one of, you know, the biggest things that holds us back in life is our beliefs, right? Any belief that we have ultimately is a limiting belief, because it sets these constraints on us and what we believe, who we believe ourselves to be, what we believe we are capable of, whatever it might be. So when you doubt, it's like you're giving yourself permission to doubt a certain belief, to doubt a certain situation, because you know that there could be an alternative. You know that it's not always going to be this way, or that you don't necessarily have to abide by these beliefs or these conditions that you're in right now. And this helped me a lot as well, because there have been a lot of times in my journey where I've doubted myself and I've doubted my path. And do I really want to do this? And am I capable of doing this? And am I going to be a good teacher? And am I going to pass the examinations and all of that? And I still have those things in the back of my mind, but I just try to push through them and know that they are just kind of veiling the truth, which is that everything is working out in my favor, whether or not I can see that right now. And that's a beautiful thing. I think sometimes it's so hard for me to allow myself to feel joy and to feel hope, to feel as though, oh my gosh, everything is going to work out for me, and I'm going to look back on these challenges and these hurdles one day and be grateful for them and be happy that they led me to where I am. But as I sit here and I'm living through these difficult times, I guess it feels as though it is this all-consuming thing. It feels as though the state that I'm in is the state that I'm always going to be in. And I'd love to hear from you and hear your opinion and your experience with just hurdles and obstacles and overcoming them. What are some ways that you stay grounded in times of adversity and times of difficulty. For me, it's definitely through movement and through spending time with people who uplift me, eliminating connections that make me feel the opposite of good, that make me feel like I'm crazy for having these dreams and these aspirations. And I think that a lot of that is just people projecting their own insecurities onto you. And just staying true to myself and having that deep connection with myself and that deep sense of self-love and just faith in myself and confidence, quiet confidence that just makes me feel like everything's gonna be fine, even if it's not right now, or even if I'm not where I'm at right now. Just trusting in the bigger picture, in God's timing, and in enjoying the dance of existence, because that's all we can do. So yeah, that's my little spiel. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm so happy to be speaking with you again. I want to hear from you, so please leave me a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more spirituality and self-mastery content, and I will see you next time.